Our Washington correspondent Kethevane Gorjestani was keeping a close eye on those two town hall events, as she told us more.
The two networks got a lot of criticism because people were saying basically that American voters would have to choose and wouldn't be able to listen to the two candidates. But in the end, the fact that you have these two similar formats but separated really gave you two visions and were really reflective of the personality and the style of the candidates. So if you're switching from one channel to the other, you're pretty much switching between one political world and the other. On one hand, you have the President of the United States, true to himself, pretty on the offense, answering questions very aggressively, really a big back and forth with the moderator, and he kept on with the same themes that he has repeated in the past, with the same one-liners that he's repeated at his rallies during his different speeches. And on the other hand, you had Joe Biden, who had a much more toned-down discussion with the voters and with that moderator on ABC. It was much slower paced. You had these very long-winded responses from Joe Biden, sometimes a little bit too long, a little bit too lost in the very nitty-gritty of the policy details. But that is also the difference between those two candidates. One who really sums up what he thinks, and the other one who really details his policy. But both men were targeted with some tough questions, both by the voters and the moderators. They were asked about some things that they have tried to stay away from, and sometimes they finally answered. But overall, it was a pretty good summary of where these two men are at with less than 3 weeks left before that November 3rd election.